everyone. I just thought I would give you a little lesson on nouns for grammar. I have worked through this so many times and I have tried this video so many times, and Screencast-O-Matic seems to work the best. So I'm going to stick with what works. But if you want to go to your ELA A10 or your ELA 20 class, I'll do them next time. I'll post it for them first. But it's going to be under new material, and it'll be under nouns. I don't know, for you guys this doesn't show up the same way, but it's also like a topic. It's its own topic and it's grammar. So we're gonna, and I'll keep everything under there and I'll keep adding it on the topic section in the grammar materials. So when you guys see this, this video will pop up here because I'm going to add it after, but I wanted to kind of go through how it looks. So this is the big book of grammar rules. So you're going to open it. Maybe we'll open it in a new window first. And then in order for it to be fillable, you have to connect with the Adobe Acrobat for Google Drive. And I think that should be an option for all of you. If it isn't, let me know so that we can figure that out. So this is how you're going to open all of these. So I'm just going to do it like this the one time, and then it'll look like it's supposed to look in here for you guys. So how this works is it should let you fill in the blanks. So we're going to do this just kind of like in class. I would tell you what goes in the blanks. So a noun is a person, place, or thing, idea, concept. So a noun is a person, place, thing, idea, or concept. And as we said, we can, I'm capsed. Person, right? Place, thing, and concept, idea. So some common nouns are, or would be some examples are, boy, girl, the park, toy. Those are all common nouns. They're general classes of people, places, things, or ideas. Now, a proper noun is very specific. It's a very specific place, thing, or idea. So we're going to say Sam. Instead of the park, a more specific might be Central Park. Or a toy might be Barbie. So those are examples of proper nouns. A good test to know, I mean, you guys know this already, but a good test for a common noun is if I can put the, a, or an right before it. So a boy, the park, a toy. I can't really do that with this. A Sam, the Central Park, a Central Park. It just doesn't work. Okay? Also, they can be replaced by he, she, it with the common nouns. So now you would go on here and we would highlight the common nouns in these sentences and circle the proper nouns. So these are the highlight and circle. So this is the highlight, the common nouns. So on this one, newspaper, newspaper is a common noun. Publication is the common noun, and we are going to circle the proper noun, which is the quill. Okay, so you would do that for all of these. So what's the next one and the next one and the next one? So all of these examples, well, not all of them, but a lot of them I have put into the Google quiz to test how well or how knowledgeable you guys are with these. So I'm just going to do the first example on all of them, and then you're going to do the rest, and then you can test yourself the Google quiz. And I'll let you retest as many times as you want, and I'll look at the results and send them back to you. Capitalization and proper nouns now. So capital letters are all used for all proper nouns. You guys know this. For persons, places, geographical region, people, languages, religions, and their followers. Members of a nationality, political, racial, social, or civic groups, institutions or organizations, historical documents, periods or times of the year, trademarks, holy books, and words denotating a deity. So all of those will be capitalized. We do not capitalize the seasons, spring, summer, fall, winter. Classes in school, so math class is not capitalized unless it's the name of the class, like Math Foundations Pre-Calculus. Then it would. Unless it's English or French or a language. All languages are capitalized. Titles after names are not. So Elizabeth the Queen, Queen would not be capitalized, but Queen Elizabeth would be. The Q and the E would be in Queen Elizabeth. Yeah. So the first example, we're going to correct the capitalization errors in these sentences. So we're going to highlight the letters that need to be capitalized. So it might not let us capitalize the letter. It might just let us capitalize the word. But Laura, oh, it did. Ingalls, Wilder's book, the, eek. Sorry, it's not working. Long winter. Yeah, it's not the greatest, but you get the idea. Okay, so that is what needs to be capitalized in that sentence. So again, the name of the book, and this is the person's name. So I'll let you guys do that section. Now we're on to collective nouns. These are pretty simple, and I don't have any questions on the quiz for you because these are just really easy concepts to understand. But a collective noun is just a special group of persons, animals, or objects. So some examples in this might be like fans, like Rough Rider fans, or herd are examples of collective nouns, so groupings of people kind of. So in this sentence, we're going to circle the collective noun in C1, and the class admires the teacher. So in this case, it would be the class is the collective noun in that example. So for the next four, I think you can follow kind of where I'm going with that. Now verbal nouns or gerunds. So this is just adding an ing ending to a verb, which makes it kind of function like a noun. So for example, walking is a verb. But walk is a verb. It's an action word, right? Verbs are action words. We're going to talk about verbs next probably. But when you add an ing ending to it, it kind of makes it function like a noun. So in the following sentence, we are going to talk about verbal nouns or gerunds. And we're going to circle the verbal noun. So basically, what is the ing ending? So in this case, writing short compositions is a practical exercise. The reason we're doing this is because it's going to become more clear when we do verbs what a verbal noun is. I know that's kind of an oxymoron. So, but you can go through the rest, and basically it's what the ing endings are. Okay. Now, we're going to state whether or not these nouns in the sentences are singular or plural. So basically, first, you kind of need to identify what the noun is in all of these sentences. So, I ate an apple. The noun is apple. So, in this case, apple is our noun. So, is apple singular or plural? So, that's something that we got to really, so if it's plural, you'd go like this. In this case, it is singular. It's one apple, right? That's what it means. Singular, one item, plural, meaning more than one, right? So next, the dog wagged its tail. You would determine what the nouns are, and there's actually two in this sentence. The dog, ooh, I'm in the wrong thing. I'm gonna delete. So the dog wagged its tail. And both of those are singular. One dog, one tail. Okay, so I'll let you complete the rest of those. And that is on your quiz, so you can check if you're right on the quiz. Next is singular nouns. You guys are going to hate me because these ones are very, very difficult. And they're a little convoluted, and they're not what we would normally consider in language, just because we use a lot of the singular words when they should be plural and vice versa. So the first example is the analysis of blood sample was returned in 2 days. These are examples of singular nouns. Now we need to change them to plural. So the nouns in the sentences are analysis. Oh, I don't want to do that. Cancel. Let's do a highlight. Analysis is one example, and sample is the other example of a noun. So the plural version of analysis is analyses. And sample, we know, would be samples. Okay? I'm going to help you out just a little bit, and you can tell me what you think. I'm not going to do, oh, we'll do this. Student, theses, or thesis, phenomenon, notice, criterion. So what would the singular form of those words be? I'm going to let you guys finish on that one. Now this is the hard stuff here, or hard to explain at least. And I didn't put these on the quizzes just because they're a little bit more difficult. But a singular possessive noun is basically, we're going to talk about, the example I'm going to give you is, and it works better with this, my dog's collar. Oop, my dog's collar is leather. So in this example, dog is going to be our noun. And the collar is the dog's, okay? That's how we're going to think of it. One dog, one collar. And this is what you need. You need the comma S, or the apostrophe S, okay? Next example is plural, so we have more than one dog. So my dog S, comma, collars are leather, okay? Now, it's two dogs, let's say, or more than one. We don't know how many, but it's two dogs, so you need to have more than one collar. So there's two collars. Two dogs, two collars. And just note where the comma, it's comma S, and it's just, it's just a comma here. Next, we go into, okay, I just got my charging cord. So now irregular plural nouns are like those group or those collective nouns. So we're going to use the example like children's or flocks. So those would be example, just, it's like the same as the first one, right? They're not, they might be irregular, but even though they're plural, we don't necessarily put the S at, or like the comma here at the end. We break it up. So there's just some examples in the English language where it doesn't work like this because it's English, okay? Next is plural names, and most often, sorry, it is those collective noun groups that we're talking about. Next, plural names form the possessive, so that's like the Joneses. So if you have more than one family with the same like ending, or you have more than one syllable, this is when you would have this example, or you have a hissing sound at the end. So Joneses, simple, like it's a hissing sound. Next is regular names with one syllable. Again, this is just one family as an example. Okay, there's just a little bit here to help you out with how you can talk of the teacher's pet and which form you would use. And last but not least, writing the possessive case for each of the following. So an example, for this one is girl's mother is how you would type it out. And that's it.